Welcome back everyone to World of Tanks with Black Knight. And today, as a follow-up to the last review of the T95, today a review about the T110E3, the tier 10 American tank destroyer without a turret. One with turret is this one, the T110E4. Hardly any difference between the two of them, except the turret then and the armor values. Well, let's go over some things on, well, what makes this tank so good and what makes this tank, well, not so good. First, it has 2050 hit points, and, well, with the armor on front that you have, it's a very big number. Seeming you have 305mm frontal armor. Whichever enemy is facing you head on, front to front, is probably going to lose. So those 2000 hit points are very useful. It weighs just under 77 tons with a maximum load of 78 tons. I guess it's just under 77 tons because I have some things mounted on it that gives it extra weight. It has a engine power of 875 horsepower, and well, that means it has quite some power to weight ratio, but it's not mentioned here. Its top speed is 24 and you'll be there very quickly at that top speed. So that engine with that weight limit is working very well, and the speed limit of 24 is good enough for this tank. There's traverse speed of 24 degrees a second, and well, you can make that better by going for, let's see, the driver clutch braking, and I have it at 88%, so it's going to turn a lot faster already. Well, the hull armor on front, you'll have 305mm. On the sides you'll have 76mm, and on the rear you have 38mm. And well, 38mm is just a small fraction, but you won't have a lot of armor on the rear. The standard shell damage, it says 638 to 1063. But the average is 850. It has a penetration of 295mm with normal shells. So the standard shell penetration is almost 370mm at maximum. And well, the minimum is 220mm, so don't be surprised if you bounce something with this tank which you didn't expect to bounce. The gold shells have a penetration of 375mm average and same damage as normal shells, APCR ammo. Accuracy 0.36 at 100 meters and 2.5 second aiming time. You would say that's kind of bad, but it's a 155mm gun, and well, it does do a whole lot of damage, but because of the lower top speed that you have, and not a turret, your gun will be quite accurate the whole time. So you won't be struggling to find accuracy with this gun, although it can make weird shots, like going towards a strong point of enemy armor while you weren't aiming there at all. So you shouldn't expect miracles from this gun, but if you play it carefully and correctly, this gun will be the right tool to use against whatever enemy you will be facing. The rate of fire is 3.28, so it doesn't fire very fast, and I put a gun rammer on it, so that means that I will be able to put those 3 rounds a minute into enemies the whole time, if I get targets. The gun traverse speed is 26 degrees a second, and you'll have quite a bit of gun arc which you can use, so you don't have to turn the whole time to be able to hit enemies. It has a view range of 400 meters, which isn't terrific, but it's not terrible as well. It's kind of like in between everything, where the open-topped tank destroyers will have more view range and the others about the same. So that's not bad. And a signal range of 745 meters, that's standard, quite the same at every tier 10 tank. So that's just the basic values. If we're going to watch at some weak points of this tank, I'm going to have to, well, start tank inspector again, so you guys can know a bit more about the weak spots of this tank. So let's open tank inspector then. So here it is, the T110E3 in tank inspector. Shows some more information there. And well, the armor values. Let's bring up the armor mode, collision model view. So here we have it, the collision model view. As you can see, the dark red spots are the 305mm armor spots, and well, that's 305mm armor all across, and it's not being straight, it's kind of angled all the way through, and here as well. So you shouldn't expect to penetrate anything from those spots. You'll have the gun, which is 70mm of spaced armor, and here you'll have another 305mm of armor at the gun mantlet, spaced armor, and behind that is 229mm of normal armor. And the top turret, also 229mm of armor, so don't be surprised if you bounce there. You'll have those small spots, 75mm of armor, but at the angle you will be shooting at it, it's about 200 or 160 equivalent. So you still need quite a lot of penetration there. And of course, the edge of the gun mantlet also gets 203mm of armor, so there's a big chance you will be hitting the gun mantlet instead of this here. And well, this here is 152mm, so not the complete front is the 305mm armor. 152mm of armor, although it's half of the other parts, it still gives you around 290mm to 350mm of armor on the top side. And well, here's a small point just beside the tracks where you'll have 163mm of armor, so that will be penetratable. And to the lower plate, the rest is 230mm or more equivalent, so it doesn't say it has to be that, like that, but most likely normal shells have quite a low chance to penetrate that easily. Just to make sure you can kill enemies, you'll have to make sure that you hit out there besides the tracks, and if you miss it, you'll probably hit the track, or well, it will bounce and will go down, so the shot will disappear into the ground. As I said, to the side you'll have the 152mm also on the front, so not too bad. And well, it will count as like, well, between the 150 and 160. except the last part, because, well, as you can see, that's not completely straight. It's a little bit angled, so it's, well, 180 to 190 millimeters of armor. And out here you'll have an equivalent of, well, upper tracks is 113 it says, but actually, yeah, about 160 millimeters. You can shoot between the tracks 44 millimeters, or below it 38 millimeters plus 20 millimeters. But it's equivalent to a ricochet there. That's non-applicable. You will shoot below the tank, but there it's ricochet because the tank on the bottom is quite sloped. To the rear, on top you'll have 76 millimeters of armor. So that's more armor than it said in World of Tanks. It's quite one of those downsides, but you will always penetrate that because it's so little armor, and every tier 8 plus tank will have more than 78 millimeters of penetration, and out here you'll have 38 millimeters of armor. And, well, that's just 38 millimeters, so that won't do anything. And there you'll have 44 millimeters. But since you'll have this part to shoot at, you will not be shooting that. And for the rest, as Tank Inspector says with the armor values, for the rest there's not much to look at with this tank. The gun arc, I can't show you that in this system. Some extra information. The maneuverability, accuracy 0.345 actually. Aim time is 2.4 seconds. So, and, well, I have it actually a little bit better because it's taken my settings from World of Tanks, if I'm right, because my hit rate is 78.9% with this tank. The gun traverse speed is 23.63 degrees per second, and the gun horizontal traverse is 16 degrees, -8 to about +8 degrees. And the elevation is 16 degrees and depression is 8 degrees. So, well, that's kind of good stats. The aiming circle spread after a shot is to 3.836, and, well, that's not a lot, but it will be noticeable. But since you'll have that aim time of 2.4 seconds, and if I'm right, I can't really see it marking up anywhere the reload speed. But, well, I'll probably will be showing you guys in a game what the reload speed will do. On turret traverse, you don't have any turret, so it's quite a it's an interesting thing to see on turret traverse because you don't have turret. On vehicle move, very little. On vehicle traverse, very little. But when the gun is damaged, it's about 2.00. So it's not bad to have your gun damaged at this tank, because the vehicle moving and traversing doesn't spread your aim a lot. So that's not very bad. And, well, the survivability, as you could see, well, it does have a turret, it seems, with 410 health points and a hull with 1640 health points, with a total of 2050 health points. And here you can see all the health of the modules. So the turret rotator, I don't know why it's there, because you don't have anything that can rotate on top. So you will not see that being damaged. The fuel tank, 200 health points. Engine, 260 health points. The track, 250 health points. The gun has 230 health points, so quite a lot of health points there. Here you can see the armor values, and the gun did have a little bit more because, well, the gun is never straight, so it's always above the 70mm of armor. The chance that your engine will catch fire is 20%, and, well, the average damage received that I have in this tank is just over 1400, and my survival rate is 40% in it, but I didn't play a whole lot in this tank yet, so that's not surprising. And, well, my win 8 on this tank isn't very high, my win 6 on this tank the same. So, well, my average PA efficiency is 1600 on this tank, and it's not the highest I have on my tanks. So, well, for battles you will get quite nice statistics on this tank. The average tier of this tank, by the way, is 10.88. So actually you're playing a tier 11 tank in World of Tanks. And if you were surprised by that, well, you shouldn't be, because it's not the only tank with such high matchmaking tier. So that was just about everything I could show you guys in Tank Inspector, so I hope you guys find this useful, and we're going to look at some matches to, well, be able to get to see the tank in action. So let's see those action shots. So the first game I'm going to show you guys, I'm platooned up with Dragoon and Dragonon, and they have a tier 10 medium tank and the British tier 10 tank destroyer, as you can see there. And, well, we've got kind of a retard team day, because, well, this is a game I have played today, and this team, they probably didn't knew what they were doing. We have an E100 that is going into the fields, and he shouldn't do that. E100 shouldn't go to the field, should go to the city. Actually, he should be at the spot where I am going, but, well, let's not talk about him. With a T110E3, as you can see, I'm moving in. Well, I was willing to go to the right here, but then I saw that IS-7, I couldn't hit him, but he shot my track, so, well, with artillery, it's very dangerous what I am doing right now. I'm a sitting duck, not able to, well, shoot at anyone, but at a position where enemy artillery could have shot me. And that IS-4, as you can see, I'm penetrating head-on 820 damage. A below average damage roll, but good enough. I get tracked here, and, well, enemy IS-7 is going in front, but I was reloading. Shot at the IS-8, exactly where I aimed, so the accuracy isn't bad. And I get tracked again. And at the meantime, the enemy is shooting my front, and they're shooting the upper turret of my tank. And right now, I just have to re-aim a bit, and then, well, Jagdpanzer E100 comes up. 980 damage, almost the maximum amount of damage I can do. So that was kind of a nice shot. The IS-4 misses me again. Now the Jagdpanzer E100 is hiding. I tried to put a shot into his weak spot, but there the gun's inaccuracy is shown, and I hit his gun mantlet instead. And as most of you guys know, the upper part of the turrets, well, they are supposed to be weaker everywhere, and they actually are. And I'm showing a little bit too much of my lower glazes here, and he penetrates on those. As you can see in the bottom, on the bottom glazes, I was hit there quite hard. Now the IS-7 is being shot in the side, and he's dead. The E-100 didn't get a shot in on him, but since the E-100 is at a stupid position, he probably will not be surviving for very long out there. And as you can have noticed, Dragier already died. It's too bad. And the IS-8 hits me once more, didn't penetrate me, and because of that massive armor block on the front, he wouldn't be able to have penetrated me anyway. At this moment, well, there's an IS-8 in front of me now, which is of my own team. He saw the threat. He was like, yeah, one T110E3 can't hold all those tanks back. I have to help him. But the only thing he's actually doing is, well, being killed. And 212 gets a shot at the E-100. I got shot in the side by an M103, and he hits my ammo rack. And I was searching for where he hit me, but I couldn't find any trace of the shell penetration. And at this moment I saw the 5120 moving to the side, so I had the idea like, yeah, he's going to flank me. And although I have that massive tank destroyer behind me from my platoon, I will not be able to manage 2 or 3 shots and survive without my front facing them. So I had to move back, take up a more tactical position, because if you are going too far, you'll be just overwhelmed by the enemy and you will not be able to do anything. I wanted to ask Dracodon here if he could take this side and I'm going around, but I didn't do it. I was taking a look where he was aiming at, and well, since nobody was coming forward, well, I'll just move in then. And the 5120 puts itself completely in the open here, put a shot into him, above 800 damage. I'm reloading here, he sees me, finally, puts a shot into my lower glaze but didn't penetrate. Probably the middle of the tank, and I just keep watching around me, taking care of my back being, well, safe. And that T110E3 is rather lucky. I hit his upper glazes and he penetrates me. And I'm wondering, where did he penetrate me? But I didn't take a look here. So let's pause it for a second. Take a look. And he shoots me in the lower glazes, in the middle. So that means he had a top end penetrating hit there. And well, that made sure that, well, he could penetrate me and do 400 damage. At this moment I wasn't really sure what to do, but oh well, let's go in, aim at his lower glazes and do another 800 damage. He bounced me because he shot too fast this time, and well, there you see 1300 damage done by FV215B. Now that AMX-51B out there was probably going to die, so I didn't focus on him. I rather went on that other guy, but well, he was reloading it seems, and the IS-8 finished him off without a problem. And at this moment Dracodon should have finished him off, but well, it's too bad he didn't get the chance to, and got killed after the 13. And after that 1390 takes out the enemy tier 10 heavy tank. So, at this moment I will not be able to get in time to that artillery, but I will still try. And, well, just showing you this game is showing you that, well, you can do 5,000 damage in a game and not move a whole lot. But, well, you can also have the downsides of this tank. Although you can turn very fast, your side and rear armor aren't going to bounce anything. So you will probably have to make sure the enemy will be in front, as you could see earlier. Out here I can see him a little bit, but the IS-7 takes him out before I get the shot in. So I hope you guys do get a lot of information about this. And, well, as you can see here, I'm being shot at the gun mantlet, upper glazes, all 3 shots bounced. I'm being hit twice in the lower glazes and they penetrated. I've been shot twice in this side, both of them penetrated. And I've been shot once on this side, but I think it was in the lower glazes here that the M103 penetrated. And, well, he hit my ammo rack, because, well, the whole bottom side actually is supposed to be an ammo rack to store all those big shells that you are bringing along into battles. So I hope all of you guys will like this video. I hope all of you guys got a lot of information about this video, because any other battles that will point the strong and weak points out more than this battle, well, they just aren't available. So I hope you guys will use this information to your benefit, and if I come across you and I am using this tank, I hope we'll have an exciting match. Goodbye and see you on the battlefield.